morning. This is a session of the Divining Hour. I'm going to wait a few moments to see if some people want to join us, and I'm going to sage for a little while, and if you guys want to join me for a little while, I'm just going to straighten this out and meditate. It's not straight. Okay, so welcome everyone. Hope everybody's had a good last week, and we're going to be going into this week, this Sunday, and talking a little bit about what love is about. Let's see what the cards have to say for us concerning our love lives. So, I have a few decks I want to use. I'm going to be using the Romance Angels, the Rider-Waite, the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, and the reverse vice versa deck, which I'm going to begin with. So, I've been feeling some heavy energies once again through this whole session of the Mercury retrograde, so I thought that these readings would help people through different times of their life. At the end of, I'm going to do an astrological reading for each sign, and then I'm going to do a collective reading, and then I'm going to draw cards for people who want to ask questions at the end. I'll leave about 10-15 minute slot for that, okay? So if you guys want to think about things while I'm doing these readings, there may be additional information that come to you. And as it does, then you can decide on what you want to ask later in the way you want to put it, because it is public and, you know, private information, delicate information sometimes comes out in my readings. So let's see what we can do our best to pull this stuff out for you guys and work with it. I want to say one other thing too, as we go. Good morning, hun. That's nice. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about soulmate journeys right now. They're very important, who you're connecting with, how you're connecting with them, because we're setting a stage in this lifetime for what's coming in the future. So things that usually people who listen to me are people who are really trying to work out a lot of things with their ego and let it go, and attachments with love. So these attachments hold us back, and if we do not release them, we're not going to be able to progress as easily into the Aquarius age. So coming out of the Piscean age, all about love, we learned all about it, you know, we're really at the end, we kind of get it, right? So now it's just a matter of fusing it together correctly. And so we're learning about correct relationships, how to relate to each other in them. And the cards are going to be telling us how we can do that specifically in our own life with each astrological sign. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning, and wherever you are in the world, might not be morning, but thank you. So we'll begin now with the sign of Aries, and you can go back and watch the beginning intro if you guys have just joined to figure out what I'm doing. So, starting with the sign of Aries, there we go. Alright, so what I'm sensing here, we have the Seven of Discs, and I'm going to hold the card up for you guys. And so the Seven of Discs, so Aries, you are contending with looking at money, and I feel some loss here, and what you and it's not so much the money that you've lost here, Aries. I'm sensing that it is the hard work that you put in. It feels like I feel like you're feeling like you've done this work in vain. Now, whether it is concerning finances or relationships, I feel it's intertwined here. So I feel like you've done it, and you're like, what did I do it for? What do I want this love for again? I feel like you're kind of having a disillusionment right at this moment about what love is and what it is that people are bringing to you. So let's work a little bit through that here. I want to use the Rider-Waite, and get some higher energies from the esoteric realm about how to contend with this. So the energy is that you're concentrating a lot on loss and what you've done and what you haven't produced. So you have the King of Wands here. So those of you are Aries are coming up with some new ideas. There's some forceful energy coming out, but it's reflective energy. So now may be the time to sit and think about, and I feel like writing or even whatever on a computer, however you do it, physical writing is always better. It releases energy. So as you're doing this, I'm feeling like when you're writing, you get ideas about what not to do. You get it, and it helps you like emotionally move past this. And I'm feeling like a lot of, as you do it, new ideas come in for you. And I also feel like a new if you're with someone, the person you're with starts to see your transformation and your attitude change. And then that makes them comfortable enough to help them level up to what you would like them to be cooperating with you about. And that is the direction of your finances. I feel like it's important for spiritual direction with your finances right now here, Aries. And if the person isn't on board, you got to kind of level that out to get on the same vibration level. And so you're doing that in a calmer manner. You're doing it more reflectively. And I also feel like that is your guidance if you're not doing that, especially this week. Reflective, reflective, reflective. Because scorpionic energy, what we're dealing with right now in the Mercury retrograde, it's very about hidden energies. It's about pulling that out, taking the time to inspect it privately, and to really look at it and contemplate inwardly. So this outward projective energy, you may be experiencing it in a way that is in written form, okay? So let's see what the psychic on the astral plane, the psychic tarot. So the astral plane is where everything happens first, where we try everything out, all our thoughts, all of our ideas, all the world's ideas sitting up in the dream time. And when we pull it down, then that's when we get to work with it. And that's when our consciousness starts to wake up, okay? So you're gaining wisdom from all of this. On the astral plane, the lesson is wisdom, is to not go back into this, I feel like a pity mode. I don't want to say it like you're not feeling sorry, like inwardly you are. You're having those conversations with yourself. And so it seems to me that this is a time that's going to change because of the writing and the I feel like this book is so coming out clearly to me that this is the book that you're writing and you're gaining wisdom from this. So it's important to write, and I guarantee you, if you message in a week me and say, listen, Edie, I did what you said, and I started actually writing things down, whether it's on a computer or handwritten, however you do it, you're going to come to me, you're going to say, I had such a great idea come to me from all of this. I now see why I went through what I went through. So the romance angels, soulmate energy. I was feeling strongly that if you are partnered, this is the soulmate. If you are not partnered, this is coming in. And this week, this energy, I can shuffle these cards so many times and I get the similar cards out because I work with these soulmate angel energies. So the ones that are watching, I'm telling you that this week is the time that this energy is really rising. And you know, what I'm sensing here is higher energy than the soulmate energy. This is something that you are like contending with, you know. And if you're not with someone, I feel like that this is coming in. The other thing that I'm sensing here is that you're calling it in correctly. You're not going to tolerate things that you have in the past in a way that's going to pull you away from a spiritual union. And because of that, I feel like these energies, these relationships that you're developing are divine union relationships here, Aries. That's very beautiful. It's a lot of energy that came down for you, and it's very beautiful. So we're going to move into the energy of Taurus now. I'm going to get my cards in order. Okay, so Taurus. I'm feeling a lot of passion come in for Taurus. I feel like there's been a lot of like interaction with you. Look, you got the same card. I'm not going to take that card as the same card. I'm not going to take it because I don't feel it's correct. It's going to shuffle the energy a little bit more into the Taurus energy. Okay. Yeah. So So we have the Nine of Wands here, and I feel like, Taurus, that you have confronted, I feel like you've confronted people in your life, and you have made your stand. I feel like I see this. I'm drawing a line in the sand. So some of you may have said that, some of you may actually done that. I don't know. I just feel like you did that. Maybe with just the movement when you said it, I'm not sure. But you have done this, and so you have decided that you're putting this fight and arguments behind you. It is, I feel like you've mastered releasing this. So I feel like some of you have been contending with past loves and their effect on you, their emotional effect on you. That's what I'm sensing. So Taurus, if somebody has tried to come back into your life during the Mercury retrograde, that's the beginning of November till like about the third week in November, I feel like you have dealt with a lot of contention, and you've settled it, and you've just drawn that line in the sand for sure. That's what I'm seeing. So let's see what's coming out with this here. What love is trying to show you. Look, I feel like this person you have met is the person that you're going to create happy home life with. And I also feel prosperity coming in here for you. I feel like your cups are being full. I feel like some of you have been struggling greatly, Tauruses. And now is the time that the contention of happiness is coming in. And so with this contentedness of happiness, I feel like there's more family unity as well. So your ideal situation here is with family unity. So that is the key here for releasing all these other things that have been standing in the way of your family unity. If someone comes into your life and starts to divide you in that fashion, that's the person that is not for you. And I feel like whoever you were with has actually they don't do it on purpose. I'm sort of feeling like they're just so needy that they took all of your energy, and you were unable to put your energy correctly, and you have decided that no, that line in the sand is there, is my boundary, this is what I wish in my life, and that's it, accept it or not. And you're being extremely, that bull is coming out in you about this, because you want that happiness. And I am seeing that there is somebody that you have met, heartache and loss, okay? So you have had this. You have separated yourself from this because you realized what is going on. So psychically, you have clued in that this relationship is draining you, and it is actually like scarring your heart tissue, like your heart, like your energetic heart. And so has affected you. I feel like some of you have experienced real depression, real dark, like dark night of the soul stuff here going on, Taurus. And so okay, so this is very interesting because you got two things going on here. From old past, releasing, and then you have honeymoon. So there may be a period right now where you have met someone and everything's new and fresh and is very honeymoon-like. And so you're going away. I feel like you're going away on trips, Taurus, but it's very romantic trips. So that's a good thing. So this week, that's what you're doing. And it may just be like short trips. I don't feel like this is like vacation, like, you know, going away somewhere where you don't live. This is like close, like road trips, maybe a weekend or maybe a week, that kind of thing. Or you're planning that this week, Taurus, is a good thing for romance and to concentrate on what you want to build. And you have now are healing this because you've said, listen, this has hurt me too much. I am done. Line drawn. That's it. That's what I'm seeing. No more. So that's really great. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of an emotional week for you, Taurus. But I do see, because you do that, it didn't show up in the cards too much, but I see something in the future, just psychically and channeling. What I'm seeing is that when you do this, your finances begin to improve. I feel like job offers that you want are coming towards you, or that will benefit you for the future. I feel like some of you are contenting with like setting up your future businesses. So you are going in the right direction, and don't let anybody tell you that this is not doable. Get the naysayers out of your way, okay, Taurus? That's amazing. That's really good. You got good stuff coming to you. So keep working at that in your love relationships, and the finances will flow after. Definitely seeing that. Okay, so I'm going to concentrate a little bit on Gemini now. We have one. As soon as I do that, this card comes out. So we have here the Knight of Wands. So I feel, Gemini, that someone is in your life that is not quite coming to you in the correct fashion. If the card was this way, I would say yes, but it seems to me that there's some devious energy happening here, Gemini. Either that or you're doing this to somebody else. And I am maybe feeling, Geminis, I'm going to say, I don't want to, I'm not a criticizing type of person, but this is an energy about correcting your love so that you have a happy life. So I'm going to say, for those of you, and I am sensing the majority of Geminis, this is you doing this to somebody else, or you're having some destructive behaviors happen in your life. You may be even dealing with addictions yourself, or if your partner is an addict, I feel like, there's codependency stuff going on here. And so I feel like this is an important reading for you, Geminis, and to see, I feel like you're starting to see it. You're starting to see this is happening in my life again, and I don't want to go down this situation. I'm not exactly sure about what the partner, I feel like maybe the partners, I'm going to say, I feel like the person that you're with, those of you who have just started a new relationship, not for people who are happy in their relationships, let's face it, this is a general reading, but this is for people who are contending with the feeling of, I don't think this is the correct relationship for me. There's something wrong, and it's like it on a soul level. And this is not healthy for you, but it feels like you just don't want to be alone to me. So that may be something here that you have to get to the core of. Look at this. Oh my gosh. All these cards. We have two knights here. So you may be contending with two separate lovers, or your partner may be, you may be in a third party situation that you don't even know about. This is coming out. I feel this strongly. I feel like this relationship has a lot of hidden secret things, and you are bringing it out, Gemini, or this is you doing it. But right now, the energy is switched to for people doing this to you. So this is interesting. It's kind of good Gemini, like energy maybe flipping from one side to the other of love, trying to balance out what it is that you need to contend with. I want to pull out on the psychic energy level of what's happening with you. A mental conflict. So I feel like you see that you have choices here about what you have to do, and the mental, sorry about the glare. This is the lighting in here from the window. There's mental conflict about the relationship that you're in. You want to make the correct decision, and I feel like one is the correct one and the other one is maybe more fun, but I feel like the other one is the one you're going to be happier with in the long run. And I feel like this person, Gemini, that is the happier, like the more calm one, and not so crazy one. That's what I'm going to say. Like this one seems to be like wild, crazy party person. This one's a little bit calmer. You like that fun and party, but it's causing you mental conflict because this person's actually your soulmate. So what I'm really feeling here, Gemini, is that you're denying the fact that a soulmate energy is there close, some of you. And some of you are dealing with, you're in the wrong relationship and you need to go towards the soulmate that is a little calmer and will resolve this mental conflict. And it's work for you, and I feel like you're a little afraid of that work right now, Gemini. And so I feel I'm going to pull out an angel romance card to see what that can help you with that, okay? Because it feels like this is going to be a hard decision for you. And I'm not saying for those that are happy, just, for those of you who are not, okay, this is what this is for. So Gemini, okay, we have a lot of cards here, but I feel like, I'm just going to take this one here, flirt. So the person that I feel like you need to contend with making a decision about what you really want for the long run, not the immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification, but the long term here, guys, of what your life is going to look like. And I feel like you go with the one that's the soulmate. You make that decision. You start to, I feel like you're starting to have that understanding that there's romance between the two of you. You want to flirt with that person, and you're pushing away this, you're seeing the result of this sort of devilish energy coming in, creeping in your life again. And I feel like you've done a lot of work to push that away. So the mental conflict is coming in because you don't want what you had before, and you don't want to repeat the same problems, and you kind of see it coming, so you make a decision to pull away from it. And that's healthy decision, and it's hard, but I feel like you do it, Geminis. So now we're going to move into Cancer. Give this a little bit better shuffle because I don't want the same cards popping up. Sorry, it takes some time to shuffle, but I would like to do it correctly. I could do it off camera, but I feel like if I do it on camera, you guys will like it better. Just you see it, right? So, we have the Ace of Swords here, and I feel like, Cancer, that there's something divinely guided here trying to come to you, and it hasn't happened, and I feel like you're on that. I feel like a lot of Cancers are feeling like something's going to happen soon, something's going to happen soon, and it's not happening. So I feel like, because like that would be coming out of that energy and divinely crowned, but it's not here yet, but you see it in your sight and in your vision. So you may be thinking about soulmate energy here, what I sense, and also finances as well. There's the two for sure coming out. So let's see a little deeper on what's going on here, Cancer, of why you haven't quite turned that energy around yet, and what it is you have to do to bring it in for yourself. So if you're not feeling soulmate connection, then, and even if you're in a relationship, then let's see why. What it is that is going on that is, oh my gosh, are you kidding me with the Ace of Wands? So, you're coming out of a stormy situation. From this storm, you're coming out of the stormy situation, and the new ideas are coming in about where the direction is that you have to go in life. I feel like some of you are making a big decision about a move. Yeah. Where your life is actually headed. That Ace of Wands means you're coming out of that turmoil this week. Emotional withdrawal. So what you're dealing with, you need to kind of emotionally withdraw from situations that you, I feel like this troubled problem here, you have emotionally withdrawal. Some of you may be actually trying to escape this energy. That's something I'm sensing for some Cancers, not all of you, but some. So the Cancers, I feel like, you may feel like the grass is greener on the other side somewhere. So watch that, I feel, but for now I'm going to say that you're contending for the most part. A lot of you are contending with this emotional withdrawal. Coming out of that turmoil, you're starting to see where it is that you need to shift. And let's just see a little bit deeper what the romance angels have to say, so I can get a little more direction for some of you who are coming out of this energy, or and also those of you who are trying to escape it rather than contend with it. Oh, that card really popped up, but it went right back in the deck. Weird. Okay, there it is. We got two cards here. I'm going to take them because look at wedding and open mind. So wherever you're going to, there is definitely committed relationships going on in. I feel like there is celebrations, possibly even not you getting married, but you may be attending a wedding, I feel. Some of you here, Cancers. Also, I feel like, I'm not sensing that this is soulmate energy, but I feel like, the move, if you decide to do it, I feel like maybe, I'm going to tell you, I feel like for some Cancers, this is an escape. So the energy may not fully come to form for soulmate energy for you if you make this move. That's kind of what I'm sensing. On the other hand, some Cancers, this is, you got to kind of figure this out, because if you're a Cancer, I'm getting two almost exact opposite messages. And the other is, if you give it a chance, the soulmate energy will come out and develop. So you're kind of growing towards that, and you really didn't think that you would. So that's another possibility here. So I'm just trying to ask how you're going to know the difference in which Cancer it is that you are. So just give me a moment to look. So some of you, I'm going to tell you. Some of you, this is keeping an open mind. Some of the soulmate energy that this wedding is coming to, or this divine union, is starting to come to soulmate energy. So, You're going to know because one is divinely guided. And I feel the cherubim is important here. And I'm going to say this. The ones that are divinely guided, when you meet your person, they're wearing red. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That's the message. The one that isn't wearing red. Okay. So, Leos. What's going on, Leos? I feel like you guys have been busy. You know, every time I'm shuffling the cards, I wish I could, this camera angle would show you the table, but I may actually just shuffle, continue, and not have me on there, but you should see what's popping out. Exact same card as the card before, and it keeps happening in concession. But now, I'm not taking it, so I'm making the cards do something different. Okay, so we have Leo, and we have Temperance come in. And this is the back of Temperance. So Temperance, the front of it looks like this. So you would have a balance. So there's energies here that I feel like you are, you have contended with. You've brought balance already into your life. I feel like you've tamed some wild energy in the back. And I also am sensing here, Leo, that you have tamed some gossipy energy around you. You've shut some people up with some of your good behavior. And people are seeing, I feel like somebody has tried to, like, talk about you, Leo, in a way that has made you look bad in front of some people, even maybe your family. But I feel like they now, you don't feel anymore that you have to prove. You've put this behind, you've balanced this and tempered this person in your life. So you have the Queen of Pentacles. Putting this behind you, I feel like an energy of a woman around coming to Leos that is extremely actually psychic in their own right. They have much energy. They see things in the correct way. They have psychic ability. They're a healer, I feel. You may be coming in contact with somebody of this nature that is helping you heal from this past relationship. And I am sensing that some of you Leos, not all, but some may grow up into a developing relationship, because you meet them not in the capacity that they work in, but in the capacity as a friend first. I feel like you meet them through some people, like through a gathering this week, or out, or like you're something social that you meet them at, Leos, if you're single. And if you're not single, you may still meet this person that's going to help you, okay? This is not romantic, but the other one may develop into romance, okay? Base chakra. So the psychic energy here is talking about the root chakra, and this chakra helps you understand stability and to gain like confidence in the self about where it is that you're living, what your job is. All those things are set. And so I feel this open, and I feel it very moving up into the Kundalini energy is the next energy. So what I'm sensing here is because you've tempered yourself and you're listening to some spiritual wisdom and connecting in with people who are a little bit more spiritual here, Leo, I feel like you're going to soon have a Kundalini awakening. And that means like your sacral chakra energy is going to rise, and you're going to have like a real spiritual romantic connection is what I'm sensing. Soulmate. Are you kidding me? Look at this, guys. This pops out. Soulmate. So, I can't make this crap up, you know? There it is. So this energy is about calling in your soulmate. You want the correct energy coming to you. How you're going to do that is to psychically connect in with people, to open up spiritually, to receive spiritual energy from feminine people. That's what I'm feeling, whether you're masculine or feminine here, guys. I feel like whoever's around you, they're going to guide you correctly to the right person. I feel like some of you may get a reading. Hey, you know what, you can always, you know, PM me for one if you want. But wherever you go to, I don't care. I feel like you're going to get some spiritual guidance. So book your appointment in, guys. I'm telling you, whoever your spiritual guides are, you know, you may just run into them in social settings as well. Yeah, that I feel. Okay, so Virgos. How's Virgos doing? You guys thinking about your questions for the open question period at the end? What you want to ask? If you want to ask something. Okay. Virgo. Same card, I'm not taking it. We're not taking double cards. We will in the later, but not the first card. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have here the Queen of Cups. So this is beautiful energy, lots of love coming in, receptive love. So, you know, whether you're male or female, guys, this is about energy, not the person. It can be definitely about a person coming in. If I was doing a personal reading, it would be for a man or a woman coming in, but this is for a general reading. So that means that you're receptive to energies of love. So you're really setting the stage. You have the correct level. You know what you want with love, and you're willing to wait for the correct energy to approach you. And even if you were in a relationship, you're correcting things, I feel like, on your heart level with your partner. So let's see what else is going on. Virgos. Whoop, here we go. Wow, this is incredible, guys. We've been getting doubles like crazy. Look, it's not double, but they're both queens. So, I mean, we can't get much better than this. Like, to Queen of Hearts, there's so much love coming your way, Virgo. I cannot tell you. I feel like psychic connection, soulmate energy completely. Look at on the bottom, oh my gosh, this flipped over on the other side, so the King of Wands. So I'm not going to really take it, but I feel like it's important. So this King of Wands is matching your Queen of Cups. Your king is coming in here, guys. Very interesting energy. Virgos. This person is your muse. That's really great. Balance. I'm telling you, I'm just going to take that other card. I don't care. Look at this. Look at the energy coming in. You also, Virgo, I'm also sensing that Virgos, you guys may have choices between what you want to receive. You may have been going out, dating on the dating scene, and I feel like you are making a choice between two women or two men, whichever it is. So between two people that you have seen, and I feel like there's a lot of people that you guys have seen lately, you make a choice. You come into balance about what you want. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the romance angels for you guys. Flying across the room, excuse me. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my god, I can't believe these cards. It's so great. I love the soulmate angels. Just saying. Look. I mean, do I have to say much more? I will say much more because I feel like I should. But I think you get the idea here. Balance and soulmate energy. Definitely calling in the correct relationship. Coming in, I feel like, you know what I'm going to say? The correct relationship is the one that you feel that you are more psychically inclined to have, like you may be finishing each other's sentences or thinking along the same way, or the other person may say to you, how is this going to say that? That's so weird. Or that happened to me too. Or you may show up, you know, wearing similar colors, or just similar situations happen. I feel like that's coincidence coming in for you this week to show you that, hey, this is your soulmate, and that you must work towards it, and it's time to do so. It's time to make the decision to do so. Because I feel like you've just been kind of playing around a little bit, Virgo. For the most part, those of you watching. Not all, but maybe even in your relationship, you might not have been taking your relationship so seriously, and now you do. more serious minded. Okay, Libra. See what's, whoop. Oh my gosh, all the cards seriously want to jump out here. We have, ooh, interesting energy. So, I'm sensing here that, you know, I'm going to say here, Libra, I feel like they're sort of showing me a vision, okay? And what they're showing me is past life, that you have made commitments to be with the person that you're with, and you have gone off and have been on a magical journey about finding your soulmate. And I feel like this magic that you did, or went to somebody to conduct many lives ago, and I feel like it's Atlantean energy, many lifetimes ago. I feel like you did this, and this person is coming to you now. That's what I'm sensing. This person is coming to you now, Libra. And you've gone like on a journey though, like you have had to go off on a journey with this. I feel like some of you Libras may have had like excessive lives. What I mean by that, like I don't want to say addiction, but like you know, you partied a lot. I feel like in your lifetime. I feel like, but you're always searching for something, and you just haven't found it, and I feel like that's it. So you're putting, something has come up in the recent past that you have one. I feel like you've made the correct decision in relationships. That's what I'm really sensing here. You put down people that were stopping you in the past. And I feel like even if you haven't put it down, something was taken away from you, Libra, because it wasn't correct for you and for your whole spiritual progression. Look what pops out, spiritual strength. Well, 2, sacral chakra. I won't take that one, but I'll take this one, spiritual strength. So the relationship that you're in, and you made the right decision, so whatever it is that you're maybe feeling guilty about, you need to not do that to yourself. You need to respect your decisions and know that this is spiritually held up. Whoops. Great. I just spilled my tea. There. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna just a second. I gotta get a tissue. Spilt on my cards. Okay. I forgot I had my tea there and then knocked it on my table. All right. Now that the first one comes out. A retreat. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna wipe the tea off of it. So bad. All right. So you may be have a new relationship here, Libra, that is giving you spiritual strength, and you are retreating into it. And it is a healthy thing for you to do. I strongly feel that it is a healthy thing for you to do right now, Libra. It's important that you do this. If you're having any second doubts about the relationship that you're in right now, you really shouldn't, okay? Sorry, I'm swiping my cards a little bit. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into, terrible. How can I use those cards? Maybe I shouldn't. We're going to go into the energy of Scorpio, the vice versa deck. Scorpios. How are you guys all doing? You know, Scorpios are interesting because during this season right now, I feel like you guys, you're like, I'm used to this energy already. This has been my life. Kind of what I'm feeling, Scorpio. So let's see what the main energy is for you contending with. What is going on? What about love in your life? Okay. So this is very good, guys. Scorpio. I feel like you have a lot of strength. I feel like if you guys are starting a new relationship, if not, it's a good idea to do so now this week. I feel like finances are good. You have very much thought about this year. I feel like there's a lot of loyalty that you have for a person, and you're willing to offer that. Either you're going to offer that this week to somebody, or somebody's offering that to you because they see your value, and I feel like committed relationship coming in. And so if it's not, if you've just started seeing someone, I feel like it's growing into a deeper energy, a much deeper energy, like serious commitment. Also, some of you may be even considering like moving in together, or marriage, that kind of thing, like serious commitment level stuff here, guys, for Scorpio. You know, I want to say something. If you are not in soulmate connection, and whether you're Scorpio or not, it's important here for you guys to understand that if you think about what you want in a relationship, your whole aura changes to a vibration. Your brain will chemically send out frequencies. Whether you believe this stuff or not, it's scientific fact. When you think something, you create it. So when you're sending out these vibrational energies, people pick up on that, okay? And they're gonna know what you're about eventually. And so it is important to really have an ideal about what it is that you wish in a partner, and what you think you're going to, you know, will help you grow and help you succeed where you need to be. And that's part of what I'm feeling from this card for Scorpios as well, but that was sort of a message for everybody here, okay? So think about like the vibration. You want to match a vibration. You want something to match your vibration, so you got to hold it steady. If it's moving around, it cannot, it can't come to you and match. So if you go, forget it, I can never find anybody. Those kind of comments, guess what? It's going to ruin that thought of you calling in that soulmate correctly and holding it in that steady line. So, you know, in order to do that, your chakras must be open correctly. So, you know, learning about that is extremely important when you're working with this work on an energetic level. So in the past, I feel like you have been contending with some loss here, but now you're coming out of it and the happiness is here. So do not go back. That is sensing. Do not go back into your thoughts about the negative things, or like depressive thoughts. Keeping this vibration, guys. Keeping it here. Don't go back to this. So important. I mean, I just went on why, but I could say with that card, but that card popped out because I know, because you guys are contending with holding, like when it's what does it mean to hold energy for something? You have to have a container for it. So your emotional energy is sitting outside your physical body. It's sitting like about 3 feet away from your physical body, just outside of it. So when that container of light isn't solidified, then things are going to leak out and things are going to get in that don't need to be in there, right? So if you put like a bucket with holes in it in water, it's going to get filled if you dunk it in you know, a body of water. But when you lift it up, it's going to leak everywhere. So that's kind of what's happening if you don't hold that steady line. If you say things like, I don't deserve this, I shouldn't have this, I don't know, I'm never going to meet my soulmate, I'm never going to meet my person. So you got to stop doing that, I'm telling you, okay? That's very, very important, and to catch yourself doing that. So going on with Scorpio here. Shadow, are you? King and queens of shadows, Scorpios. You got the shadow. So you may be facing the fact of that you are looking in the past, that your thoughts may not always be holding that vibration. So you are contending with that for sure. Your ego may tell you, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve this, who do you think you are? But I'm telling you, you deserve all of it, okay? You definitely deserve all of it, okay? So that's really important for you to know. That's good, Taylor. I'm glad to hear that. Engagement is good. I like to hear it. Okay, so hopefully in a good way you're engaging. All right. Okay, so now here we go. Express your love. So in order for you to not suppress energy and not have this energy creep up in a negative way, okay? Don't let that shadow ego come out. Don't suppress it. Express yourself correctly to your partners, okay? If you are interested, or however you are loving, you have to do it in a way that is coming from your heart. So if something is troubling you, if you find a pattern cropping up in your life that is in the past, either to yourself or to somebody else, you must kindly talk to yourself and remind yourself, hey, you know what, that's not productive for me. No guilt, no shame, move on. And so you express your love to yourself kindly, and then you also express love to your partner kindly, that maybe something they're doing is not, it's bringing out your shadow side. So you have to say, listen, when you do this, you know, troubles me, and it makes me feel like this. They may not be aware. That's kind of what I'm feeling, because you not said something in the past, and then you just let things go. And then this was the end result. And I feel like you've just let go of a heavy long-term relationship there too, a lot of you. So that's not an easy thing to contend with, but I feel like you worked through it, through the shadow period very well. And I do sense that a lot of you are in new relationships that are healthier, and you've released actually a toxic, very toxic relationship there, Scorpio. Yeah, and long-term toxic relationships that keep trying to come back in your life, you've released. It's not an easy thing to do. And if it's not relationships, guys, it's probably like work and finances. And they may have been holding you back from finances as well. Some people at work I feel like some people at work want your power. They don't really, it's not against you like in a personal way, but it's just you're in their way. That's what I feel. You're in their way. Okay, so Sagittarian. Whoa. Lovers. That's the first card. I feel like a lot of Sagittarians, some of you, okay, so I do feel some of you are coupled. And those of you who are coupled, it's a very divine union. This is a blessed union. Some of you may be contending with a little bit of relationship difficulty. However, you've kind of come to your way with it. And they have too, so you're settled. But those of you who are not committed, I feel like commitment coming in for you this week, you're going to meet the person that's coming in for you. I mean, I know I'm saying this a lot. I tell you, I feel like I say it repetitively. But what I'm sensing is that those of you who are listening, it's not just, you know, who are in the room. There's a lot of people listening after. So a lot of this goes for that. And the possibility is there. If it's not happening for you, the possibility is there. I haven't got to Pisces yet, hun, so I'll get there in a little while. I'm on Sagittarian now. A couple more to go. So, Sagittarians. Oh my gosh, the cards are everywhere. We got some movement going on with the love. So you guys may be moving in with somebody. I feel like the energy is moving towards. So you may be moving towards a lover. You may be moving in with a lover. Or if it's not happening, I feel like, okay, listen, I feel like if you haven't met the person, you're obviously not going to move in with them this week. But you're going to eventually do that. It will grow to that. But it's quick. I feel like this is quick, guys. This is something that's very interesting developing here. So let's see on the psychic plane what's going on. Suffering in silence. Okay. I'm going to pull out the romance angel. That's very interesting. I feel like there's some movement in your life, whether it's in business or in a relationship. Some of you may have left, but I don't feel that. I feel like some of you, that's already contended with, but I feel like some of you may be moving towards a new relationship and leaving somebody behind. And you have been suffering in silence for a long time. I feel like somebody has been very toxic for you and unable to express love, even though they love you very much. I feel like this person here, Sagittarian, they just didn't, and if it's not in a relationship, it's in a business, I'm telling you. Somebody just does not care that they've hurt you and used your energy. And you are moving away from it, and you don't care now. And when a Sagittarian doesn't care, they put their foot down and they're done. That's what I'm feeling very strongly here. You have been suffering greatly. I am, like, that card wouldn't come up. Suffering in silence even. Like, not putting anything on the other person, but the other person, I feel, puts a lot onto you. I feel like they could have helped you, and they decided that they're just not going to. It's not going to help them in any way. Why are they going to bother? And I feel like you put so much love and care into this Sagittarian, and whether this is a relationship, like I said, or business, you're just like, I'm done. Like, I'm not putting a thing in. And when you walk away, you leave your mark. I feel they're going to really feel it, because what they put you through, they made you suffer, and you took it in silence, and you took it in silence, and you just transmuted your own energy. You didn't put anything onto them. And you know what? Because of that, you have trust in new relationship, because you know what? You trusted yourself. You moved away from that negative situation, and you've put yourself in a better situation. So whether it's business or you're no longer doing this, you're moving away from it. You've gone into soulmate energy here. Like the Lovers, this is going to be a very passionate, good week for you. And you trust this person here. You've not had that in the past. You have never had, I feel like some of you Sagittarians have never had that trust. And you are able to put your trust into this new relationship. That's fantastic energy, guys. I love that for you. Okay. So Capricorns. I'm going to be doing a 10-minute question period. So you guys get your questions ready. If you guys haven't heard that part, I will probably do about 10-15 minute question. I'm going to draw a quick card for each person if they wish to ask a question after the collective reading. So we're on Capricorn. We're going to do Aquarius, Pisces, collective, and then that. Okay. Ooh la la. Capricorns. Whoa. Mastering your energy. The Magician. So you guys seem to be pretty content so far with what you're creating. I feel like some of you are missing a relationship, but some of you already have it. Some of you, okay, look at, we have the Six of Swords. So you may be going on a trip. You may be mastering, conjuring up like an energy of going on a trip with people. I feel like maybe, you know, I was going to say family, but like more like, it feels more like a romantic trip. Some of you may be going away with like just a child, I feel. Something of that nature. But there's something important about this trip happening for you. And I'm not even obstacles and challenges. So maybe some of you are contending with children, difficulty with children, and you master this through this trip. I feel like time away. Contending with that situation will, I feel like if you're with someone, this is for people who are with someone, it may like put some stress relief off on your partner and help your relationship grow better, because you're actually dealing with something that you didn't know how to deal with before. So I feel like going away, you're mastering this energy. That's very interesting there, Capricorn, dealing with children. So I just want to pull in the romance angels to see what they are going to suggest for you. My cards are a little wet from that tea spill, so I'm doing the best I can here, guys. There we go. Trust. So maybe you didn't want to do this. Maybe you didn't think it would make any difference. But look, you overcome obstacles, and as you take your step forward, I feel like as you put your foot down into the energy, you are able to master it, and you trust. And I also feel like this solidifies your relationship further. And for those of you who are wanting the relationship, same thing applies. Deal with family matters first, whatever the family matter is. Then once that is contended with, satisfaction in your heart. And I mean, I don't mean like ignore it and just like ignore it and let it go. I mean, contend with it. Like, get that family situation in order where your heart is satisfied. Otherwise, you cannot contend with a relationship, because that's the lesson there, okay? Like the lesson is to like really contend with those difficulties, because it's going to crop up in your relationship. That's what I heard. You guys, Aquarius, you got the sun. That's amazing. So all your like childhood dreams right now are coming to fruition. Actually, oh wow. Wow. So I feel like here this card is dealing with like coming out of a cycle where things are stagnant. That's what I'm seeing. Things are stagnant, and it's time for you. You're facing, you're contending with energies that have stopped what you want. I feel like, you know what I feel like, Aquarius? Like, emotionally, you're not attached. So you guys, I mean, this is what we're all learning in the Aquarian age. How to be like Aquarian, like how to be in the mind correctly with in alignment with the heart. And so you guys have that, and it looks a lot like detachment for people. People will say, oh, you're cold, you don't know how to feel, you don't feel anything deeply. That's not true. What's true here is that you pull yourself away from negative energies. You don't involve yourself emotionally, so it looks like that. But what it actually is mastering and understanding what you want and connecting in with that childhood energy, that joy, that fun, that passion about life. Like, think about what the sun brings you. When you go out in the sun, how do you feel after, like, you know, coming out of a sleep? You feel beautiful. The sun feels gorgeous. So choose wisely. So here I am seeing that you are choosing wisely, Aquarius. You are choosing your mind energy correctly. And I think for the first time in a long time, you're building confidence in that, and competence, not just confidence, but like you're actually putting things into practice, and you are choosing wisely. I am feeling that, like, this is not something, I feel like you're letting go, and you're going to where, like, finances, relationships, everything is better very soon. So what I'm sensing here is that you're going to be in the correct like job soon. If you're trying to switch jobs, this is like really important time for you to like get things ready for this. You make a choice. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this, and then you do it. And you actually do a super good job, and you land in a job that you've always wanted. That's what I'm seeing. It's like what you've always wanted to manifest, and it is perfect for you. This whole energy of the past, I feel like you've lost faith in yourself about what you can do. And so now I feel like you keep looking back here to this old energy that has tried to stop you. And so you're now making a choice saying, nope, I'm not letting that affect me. I'm moving forward. And your love life improves. I feel like passion improves in your life. I feel like there's maybe a little lack of that right now. And I feel like that's improving for you greatly. All right, Pisces. Give a little shuffle here. Pisces. What have we got going on for Pisces? Collectively, you have the King of Pentacles. And so this King of Pentacles means that you have mastered money. Lovely. Well, almost. Not quite to where you want fully, but that would be the Emperor. But this, I feel like you are in control of what goes out of your money, and you have mastered energy concerning that, and you're ready to go to the next level. So for those of you who are single here, I feel like you're ready to be attached with somebody because your finances are being corrected right now. Some of you may have been in a little bit of debt, and I feel like that has affected your emotional state and what you can offer a relationship. And so now I feel like there's a labyrinth of energy that has worked out. Somebody may have actually loaned you money correctly so that you can get yourself in order. I'm also sensing that some of you may be going through legal situations that involve straightening out this money as well. Possibly divorce, yeah. You know, I feel like your imagination's running a little wild right now. Here, Pisces, I feel like you may be very emotional in your dream time. You may be having like all kinds of daymares, nightmares, all kinds of dreams, all kinds of thoughts going, what if I do this, if I do this, I do that. I feel like, Pisces, that you need to get your head out of the clouds, and you need to ground a little bit and get into this energy of, you got this. Don't fall fall into this spacey thing that you can do where you just disassociate so much that there's nothing, like an empty space, like an area of empty space is what I'm seeing. And so this tells me that there's a disconnect with the sacral chakra. Okay, and Pisces, this is where you need to contend with love. This is important because when you ground in with that fire energy, that gives you the passion with the air and the ideas correctly to to bring it down into the physical plane. So if you just have all these thoughts and say, oh, I'll do it later, and procrastinate a lot, then it will prevent you from doing the things for you. And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm seeing here something divinely guided is being presented to you, and because you're thinking about all these other things here, you're not paying attention to what has been put in front of you. And I feel like something that is I'm going to say this too. There maybe has something that was presented to you, Pisces, that was financially profitable, but you didn't do it because you thought it was wrong for some reason. But I feel like maybe Pisces this week, that you might have this presented to you again. Or you might be like, Pisces, you might be going back to a lover. Look, you got memories of love as I say that. So you guys may be contending with a past relationship. I feel like you have ideas about what you want, where you want to put your money. I feel like there is things that you can do and have progression with somebody that you wanted in the past. I feel like there's a lot of concentration on that. Now let's see what the guidance is from the romance angels, because in the Aquarian age I'm feeling like a sense of separation, but maybe a let go of control issues. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Pisces, are you trying to control situations from a past? Are you not happy with what you have and are thinking about what was in the past? Are you wanting to place your money in something and your energy into something projective with somebody in the past? I think you have to really sit here, Pisces, and think about what you want and what's going on in your life. I mean, this is divinely guided, has been presented to you, but I feel like you've filled your cup up with other things, and it's not the correct energy. I don't know if this is for everybody, but I sort of sense for whoever's watching this in general, you're filling your cup up, Pisces, with things that you're missing the divine guidance. Like, the divine guidance is to say, let go of the control issues. Yes, you have your memories, but don't get lost in them, okay? Don't get lost in that old energy. If you want to do something about going back to a person, then you have to go to them and have a conversation. You cannot just think about it. You can't just have that conversation in your mind. You have to physically go to them and contend with things or have closure in some way. I feel like, Pisces, if you have closure one way or the other, either you progress with the relationship or you let it go completely and heal something from the past, only then are you going to be able to progress into the correct relationship and soulmate energy. There's some karmic tie here that you're contending with, and closure is important. If you just walked away from something, then possibly, your memories are creeping back up on you, and you may want to, you may see where you have tried to control certain situations or where the other person has, and you're letting go of that now. So the thoughts that come to you, obsessive thoughts, may be coming under control as well right now, having that awareness that if you're having an obsessive thought about somebody else, it does affect their energy. So, if they're not reciprocative, then stop thinking about them. Let it go, right? Don't keep thinking about them, because in a way it's sort of like a undermining psychic attack, and people aren't aware when they do that, that's what happens. But also, Pisces, I want you to think about this. A lot of times when you're in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden that person pops in your mind, that means they're drawing on your energy. They're the ones thinking about you on a psychic level. So they're really pulling your energy. So you have to cut that tie in order to go where you need to go correctly, okay? So that energy needs to be swept out, and you're mastering this labyrinth right now. You're getting that fact that there's stops and blocks when you do this and don't have that closure on the physical realm. I almost feel like this word ghosting has been done a lot. Either you've done it to somebody or somebody's done it to you. And that's, I feel like it's like, you're thinking of it like I'm walking away and it's what I had to do in order to have peace. But I feel like there's energy coming towards you now, Pisces, that you're able to contend and find the words and the communication and the open chakras, the voice communication, the throat chakra, to be able to express your words correctly and not have it stay hidden and suppressed within relationships. And so you're learning to bring that out correctly. And those of you who are in relationships, you're doing it correctly this time. You are actually expressing yourself correctly. I also feel like an overindulgence of you know, partying, that kind of thing. So if you're doing that kind of thing, I feel like, you know, like a cleanse or something like that might be beneficial for you, okay? So collectively, I wanted to go into what we're doing now. Collectively, in the collective consciousness, what is everybody contending with on the highest level for what we're dealing about love? So we have the Ten of Swords. Most people that are listening to this are contending with very much a great deal of heartache, okay? A great deal of betrayal. Some of you have done the betraying. Some of you are the ones that have been betrayed. For the most part, I feel like a lot of you have been betrayed. And you're contending with this pain. You're healing this pain right now. That is what is going on the astral plane for the collective consciousness. You are looking at this, like when I look at this, it's like, when you look at this side is the vice versa deck. So this side is saying you're stabbed, you're in pain. When you look at this one, you're outside of that. That's like a death. You're outside watching your death. So you're watching the death of that pain. It's not affecting you as much anymore. You're healing from things. That's what I'm sensing. Collectively, we're healing. We're actually, you know, a lot of people who are healing are drawing on each other's energy for that strength. So gathering together, and Aquarian energy is gathering people together, working collectively, correctly, having correct relationships, expressing things correctly. People who are underdeveloped in their mind capacity, they're going to start to develop. So if, you know, that's coming in for us. The energy of that's coming in. And right now is we got to fan those flames on the astral plane so people get it. And as much as you guys may not understand maybe a lot of that, when your thoughts are they're floating around up there and affecting the collective consciousness. So right now, look at what comes out, death. So some of you, I feel, have actually lost a person in your life that you are contending with, and there is some financial things that you're dealing with, wills, that sort of thing. Some of you are actually writing out wills and contending with that sort of stuff within your family, and you want things to be fair. I also feel that now that is sort of aside, I don't want to get into a lot of energies coming in of channelings of people who want to talk from the other side. So I don't want to get into that too much, but I am feeling there's a lot of ancestral energy around you and they want to speak to you. I'm going to say this. Pray to your ancestors and ask them for help. Say, listen, I don't know what to do. Please help me. You have wisdom about my life. You know me. You're my blood. You're my DNA. You're my spiritual DNA now. So here, I feel like you're communicating with past, like with ancestors. And so you're hearing it is coming in. And so through dreams and through actually hearing, like you actually daydreams, like you're having a conversation and you hear answers. So that's really good, guys, if you guys are doing that. If you haven't, then try it. See how it works for you. I'm also feeling here that a lot of people are dealing with the death of emotional bonds, and it's time to really heal from this. You're stepping outside of this. So once again, that's really powerful energy and one of the most difficult energies. I mean, if you think about all the crimes of passion that can be committed, when people go like on the other side, the dark side of it, there's a lot of darkness that happens in this. And when we separate from someone, though it depends on how dark we are, that we go to those extremes. So whether you have, you know, you've let go of those control issues and sort of dealing with the effects of the negative ego within relationships, and when we let go of those deaths, those little mini deaths of cycles of relationships or fights within a relationship, then there's always a progression, because after the death cycle, which is all about Scorpio season, guys, I mean, death represents Scorpio in the astrology, and so this is during Scorpio season specifically. You're starting to see your authority and what it is that love does. And you know, I'm going to say this. With this, the authority of soulmate union is extremely powerful. It's one of the most powerful unions in all of the world. What did the energy of the Christ, I'm not talking Jesus Christ, the energy of the Christ, love energy, okay? That is a floating cloud of energy that we all are as well. And what are we doing with this? We have authority over it. We've mastered this as a human race. Yes, obviously some people need a lot of work yet. Those cycles are coming in for them. But like I said, those are listening to this, you have the authority to call in the correct soulmate energy. I am feeling that like so strongly. So I want to say, here now we're pulling the energy of the soulmate energy. For the romance angels, what do you have to say for the collective about what to do about love in our relationships or non-relationships? Haha, look at all that falls out. I'm not going to take it all. Retreat. You know what? I wasn't going to take that next card, but I'm going to because I want to. It was pay attention to the red flags and trust is after it. So, look at what we got here, guys. This is very interesting energy. Letting go of the negative ego. You've let go of those death cycles are painful. Any death cycle is painful. No matter what it is, it's painful. Physical or not, emotional. So there we go. We've contended with this. We're done, right? Here, we call in the correct energy. You trust that it's coming in. You've retreated back and contended with things correctly. You've taken the time to inspect and to work with your energy of love and to balance that emotional energy in. You've paid attention to the red flags. You've released exactly what you need to release. And now you have authority to move to the next level with energy, with love. That's what I'm sensing for the collective. That's pretty good. You know what? It's hard work, but here's the thing. It's progressive, right? And so if we look at these things that the angelic guidance is, they don't care about our feelings much, to tell you the truth. They just speak the way it is. And so they're going to tell you, this is going to hurt you, that's going to hurt you, that's going to affect your aura, don't do this, do that. And so when you do listen, you know, you do have that attention to spark your mind into what they're actually trying to say to you, then it may have some value for you when you're contending with different situations throughout your week. So take some time to go back on your signs, and if you know your moon and Venus and Jupiter signs, important to listen to those other signs as well. So they have additional energy. So, you know, knowing that is important. So now we're going to go into, I'm going to just use some, get the cards here, and I want to open the energy here to you guys if you guys have any questions. So that's good news, Taylor. I'm glad to see that you have contended with some stuff. I'm excited. Tell me about it later. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about anything? I'll pull a card for you guys if you want. Even if you just, you know, say your name, you don't have to ask. I'll just pull a card and say, so you don't have to air your stuff on for the whole world, and you can just take what I say, either that or it does. It applies or it doesn't. So if you want a card, then just say, please pull a card. Okay, you know, I'll pull one for you first. So with romance, we have here, free yourself. So I'm not sure what you're contending with, but if you are in a relationship, I feel like this is a time that you're going to have to look at where you're bound, where it is that you are corralled, where it is that you have to release energy that keeps you feeling stagnant. I feel like there's a lot of magical energy for you, and there's an opportunity here for you to actually free yourself from these bonds. So if you are in a relationship, then then I feel like you are, just one at a time, guys, okay? Let me just go, because I can't scroll back. I don't think I can. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. So, Ina, I'm talking to you right now. So I feel like at this time that you must free yourself from things that are not allowing your creativity to flow. If you're in a relationship that stagnates your energy or takes all your time, you must free up some of your own time for your soul to be contented with what it is that you want. Does that make sense to you? Yeah? That's what I got for you. You must free yourself. Look at, you can hop over these fences. That's easy. If that unicorn stood up, it can just walk over that fence. So things that you feel are trapping you, you must overstep them, because you can. Nothing's put in front of you that you can't overcome. I feel like some self-doubt here. Like you're like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can. So I feel like you must like put yourself forward into the thing, like be brave, be courageous, and do things outside of your realm. Okay? So, Mari, I'm going to go with you next. Just going to shuffle a little bit for you. Okay. I haven't seen some of these names in here before, so thank you for joining me today. Okay. You have Worth Waiting For. So, Mari, I think your name is, sorry, I have to touch the phone, so my finger's up there. So, Mari, I feel like, if you are in a relationship or contending with somebody who you're not sure of, I feel like this is a correct relationship and it's worth the wait. It is something that you're contending with. And if you're not in a relationship, I feel like it's because you are supposed to take your time and have the correct one come to you. And the person that is with you in this next time is the time that this is the correct soulmate energy coming for you. And it's divinely guided. I feel like this, if you haven't met the person that you want, then this is something that's divinely guided coming in for you this week. So get yourself out there. I feel like you must be out in nature. I feel like being, and also for some reason I'm seeing libraries. I don't know why. Like you're reading in where there's books and libraries and that kind of thing, or maybe you're reading, or I don't know, a bookstore, something of that nature. There seems to be energy about that as well that I'm picking up that may help you. Or reading some spiritual information also is going to be helpful for you on your soulmate journey, and it helps you understand the energy of waiting a little bit. Divine timing is definitely something going on here. If you are not getting what you want, it's because something's coming in for you in the future that's going to benefit you in the long run. Okay? So Jason, you are next here. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a little. I don't know, since I been doing these online readings for Facebook, I've done it on YouTube, but on Facebook the cards just fly like crazy, and I'm like, what is going on? I shuffle and they literally fly out of the deck. So, it's quite interesting. You guys. Jason, alright, what's going on with you? Whoop. There we go. Let go of control issues. So when this card shows up, it does feel to me like you're trying to get your life in order. It feels to me like there's things around you that you don't like, and I'm going to sense something else here. I feel like this has been going on since your childhood. You've not had a way to express yourself in the way that you want to correctly, and so when that comes out as control issues, which is human nature, we all do it. I do feel that this has affected your love life. So if you are the type of person to want to have everything so within this, I feel like maybe see what happens if you give that person a little bit of free rein. And you know something, what I'm going to say is this. I feel like there's something divinely guided here for you, Jason, to look at. What it is that when you observe what people are doing and you give them that when you, I feel like in yourself, when you trust yourself and your ability to make judgment, then that person shows you who they are for real. And it takes, I feel like time is going on here. So if you are the type of person, if you are single, I don't know, but I feel like that's the energy here. And so if you are single, I feel like taking your time a little bit longer to get to know someone so that you can see whether you're going to be able to live with this the rest of your life if you want this relationship. You know, don't just jump in. I feel like don't jump into a relationship. It's important because that's when the control issues come out. When your emotions get too involved too quickly, and then you're like, well, why aren't they on board with my emotions? Well, your emotions are fluctuating, and so when you hold it level, you may want to go back. There's a part that I was talking about, that holding energy level. I feel like this is important for you because when you hold it level to what you want, nothing can break that vibration. It can only match it. It can't break it, right? It'll flow in unison with it. And so rather than try to grasp that vibration, it tells me that you must like sit and vibrate to it and let it come to you, because like attracts like on the spiritual plane. And so spiritually, when like there's nothing going on in spiritual energy that you can control. It's all matching, it all flows, it all vibrates. So when this energy is released, then you see it. It's like, oh my God, why did I do this before? I tried to force the issue when if I sat with it, then it would come in a natural vibration. That's sort of what I'm sensing here, Jason. I hope that's accurate for you. If not, I apologize, but that's what I'm picking up. So I will speak what I say. Okay. All right, Jenny. Now, and remember, you know, in a general reading, it's vice versa. It could be vice versa. But I'm sort of sensing, Jason, that that's something that you're contending with in your life, that you're trying to get the correct measures of control in different areas of your life, not just love life, but especially there. When you do that, when you master that, I feel like everything is going to go smooth, whether you're in a relationship or not, truthfully. So you realize where you can control things. Like it feels like wasted energy, and you're sensing that. You're like, this is wasted my time. What am I doing this for? And nobody's appreciating it. If someone isn't appreciating you, I want to say this too. If something's going on and you're not appreciated, then this is the next card that popped up. I'm going to keep this with Jason for a minute because it's then coming in. I feel like, Jason, that when you keep this open mind, this is when the divine energy comes in and shows you that, okay, if I release here, then that's okay and it won't hurt me. If I release there, I'm going to get hurt, so you don't release so much there. And I feel like this is divinely guided for you, Jason, okay? And so that's quite good. And I also feel, Jason, that if you are single, you got a choice between two women. So you got good stuff going on there. That's interesting. Okay. Now we're going to go to Jenny. You got that, Jason. I'm glad, because that's tough for anybody to let go of that, to feel safe enough to do that, truthfully. Okay, so we have Jenny. Jumping cards for Jenny. My daughter's name is Jenny, so I love the name Jenny. Okay, this could be the one. Ooh, have you met someone, Jenny? I feel like you have. I feel like you have met someone. And if you have not, you may be going on a date with someone. And if you are attached, you may be recognizing that this is soulmate energy. So, one of those three. I do feel like there's a proposal to you within this next relationship, if you don't have one. It's divinely guided as well. See the angels above coming down, and I do feel like engagement energy coming for you. You know, I don't know if it ever develops to like wedding stage, Jenny, but what I'm sensing is that possibly, if you guys decide that, but more like living together. But I feel like you actually have a ring on your finger, so living together is important, and I feel like that is a developmental stage that you're considering. And I feel like, Jenny, that if you are single and it's been a long time since you have lived with someone or trusted someone to do so, so now's the time to go do that and put that energy forth and experience some more soulmate energy. I also feel, Jenny, that you have been in some soulmate energy in the past, and so you understand something to a certain degree of connection with soulmate. So you may be going on the higher level within this next soulmate energy to divine union. So keep that in mind, that there may be some energies that you're going to contend with that are difficult, but it's because it's divinely guided. I feel like you do it with ease. So that's amazing. Congratulations. It does say you've met the romantic part. Just reading the bottom, it says for you've met the romantic partner you seek. So you may be freshly dating someone and you're curious about whether it is good for you or not. And I do feel that this is good for you. So I also feel like you have let go of something painful in the past. I'm not sure what it's coming in. Probably a marriage, like a real committed relationship. It was painful for you to let go of, I feel. And you didn't think that you would match that ever again, but I'm telling you. Yeah, that's good. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm going to scroll up a minute here. Oh, there we go. Oh, good. I'm glad that everybody's making sense. I didn't see this. Okay, George. Have I missed anybody? Can somebody tell me if I've missed anybody other than George? Sorry, I'm wiggling around in my phone. Sorry. George. Okay. George. What's going on? Curious George. You curious? Very soon. I like that energy. I'm gonna just take this. It flipped up, but I'm gonna. True love. Look at that. George, that's awesome. So, I am feeling here that you're contending with looking at some people, partners. I feel like you've been dating a lot. But look at, both of these, this is interesting. Both of these figures are in the same position. I feel like, you guys may be mirroring each other. This person you meet, I feel like you may, look at, it's divinely guided too. You have angelic energy in this one. So it feels to me like, let's go look at the cards so I can pick up better energy. It feels to me like, you have to set your mind to what you want clearly, and we talked a lot about holding that vibration through this video. So if you want something to come to you within this true love union, then you have to hold the energy. You can't just say, well, I want this, it's too much trouble, that. And so I'm feeling that it's really, really important here that you don't fluctuate in your thoughts about what you want, and understand that there is a vibration there, and you can call that in if you hold that steady. And so keep in mind about what you want. And if you're fluctuating about what you want, clearly maybe write down or take some time through your day to think about the type of person that you want romantically in your life to share things with. And so when you do that, I feel like that's shortly after you make up your mind and it's settled. I don't feel like this is made up in your mind correctly yet. And you don't know fully what you want yet. And so I feel like it's coming in for you whether you're ready or not. It's divinely guided coming in. There's no two ways about it. But I feel like when you set your tone, then that vibration comes and matches you. Otherwise, you may get something that's quirky, and it may take a couple of times for this to come in soon, like this to come in correctly. I feel like whatever's coming in is going to come in soon, but you're holding the vibration enough to attract it, but not keep it for a lengthy time, and that's what you need to work at. So when you find your thoughts drifting or negative towards the love connection that you're desiring, then I feel like you have to express it in a way that to your own self, that this is what I want. Whether you're in a relationship or not, I don't know. I don't know what people are in relationships or not, but I'm feeling like you're single, so possibly here that you're calling this in is more what I'm sensing. And so you have to keep that steady throughout the whole relationship and actually feed that line of energy consistently. So you're getting ready to pull this in. I'm also sensing that I'm sort of seeing a woman that has like short, like blonde or hair, maybe dirty blonde. You may work around this woman, and I don't know what I'm sensing around here, but like maybe school children, something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know if she works in a school or something of that nature, but that's sort of what I'm sensing here for you, that I'm seeing. That's what about all I'm getting, okay? So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Does anybody else have anything else to ask before I disappear into my Sunday afternoon? And you guys do? Yeah? Okay. So thank you very much for joining me on this divining hour. And I am going to go live again at 11 p.m. tonight if you guys are around, or maybe catch it on recorded video later. I always post them on my page. So thank you so much for joining me and supporting me with all your likes and loves and comments and shares. It's wonderful to connect with you guys. Sometimes I have a hard time reading on my phone because it disappears after it comes up. But thank you so much for being patient with me and waiting your turn through the whole thing. And we'll see you again, okay? Maybe at 11. Bye for now. Oh, I have two other things coming. On Wednesdays, I have Fairy Tales Unveiled at 10 a.m. And on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m., I do live again. And I do Dream Divining Hour. And then on Fridays, I started a new thing called Char and Gab. And if those of you who are English, you might know what Char is. I'll talk about it later on Fridays. Okay, and that's at 4. So I'll talk to you later. Hope to catch you again. Bye for now, and thanks for joining me and all your support.